Hello everyone, welcome to the channel TutorBox. In today's class I am going to discuss about pharmacovigilance methods. So this is the section from the unit 3 of pharmacovigilance, and in this lecture we will discuss about the various types of method and what are the objective of these methods. So this is a particular, we can say, a series of pharmacovigilance methods lecture. One by one we will discuss each and every part of every method. So before moving forward, I'm just requesting you all, those who have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel, as well as all the material which I teach you, notes are given in a description box. I have given a link in the description box, so you can click on that link and you can get the notes as well. And MCQ I also share at the end of the lecture, so you can also solve those MCQ. Now just look at the thing, what are pharmacovigilance method? As we all know that what is pharmacovigilance, and to perform the pharmacovigilance study there is a need of the methods of pharmacovigilance. So the first thing is that what are the objective of pharmacovigilance method? So the first objective of pharmacovigilance method is what? To establish the functional reporting system to monitor safety of medicine. As we all know, in pharmacovigilance we are doing safety and efficacy studies of medicine. So to perform the safety study of the medicine there is a need of reporting system. So in pharmacovigilance method we are try to establish the functional reporting system. So in pharmacovigilance there is a too much focus on the establishment of the reporting system, how to report the ADRs, that is important. So this is the first objective. Now moving on the second objective, to learn more about the safety profile of new medicine, or we can say new chemical entity in early post marketing phase. So whenever drug is approved after phase 3 and the drug is launched in the market, then there is a need of post marketing studies. Means after approval, is there any kind of side effects are observed? So in that condition there is a need to learn more about the safety profile of a new drug. So it will help in the early post marketing phase studies. Clear? So this is our second objective. Now moving on the third objective, third one is to learn more about the ADR profile of the drug, of the specific medicine in a population. So suppose a drug is utilized in an Asian scenario or in a European or in an American subcontinent. So everywhere there is a different kind of population set. So what kind of ADR profile in a particular population we find by the establishment of pharmacovigilance method. So ADR profiling after approval is also an important part. That's why this is the objective of pharmacovigilance method. Then the next one is to estimate the incidence of known ADR to a specific medicine in your population. So again, in preclinical and in clinical trial there are some known ADR of the drugs. So after approval, if same kind of ADR are appear in the population, and whether the percentage of the ADR which are reported already to the US FDA is similar in the post marketing study as well or not. So such kind of data also ensure that our clinical trial are good or not, or in the clinical trial we are able to get such kind of data or not. So this is important, and by this estimate pharmaceutical company and scientific community can get the known ADR incidence occurring in the new set of the population. And the next one is to make use of existing electronic health record and register to support pharmacovigilance activities. So here what we are doing, we are using existing healthcare records by electronic health. So what we are doing, we are using existing electronic health record and register to support the pharmacovigilance activities. Whatever the data we have, we put those data into the electronic system, and these electronic system data will help us to identify the unknown ADRs as well as unknown ADR reporting and safety studies of the new chemical entity which is launched by the drug approval authorities. So this is whole about on the objective. You must learn about these objective. Whenever the question asked in the university examination, you can just write these objective of the pharmacovigilance method. Now the concern of pharmacovigilance method is classification of the pharmacovigilance method, or we can say types of pharmacovigilance method. So we have a different types of pharmacovigilance method. As you can see in your university syllabus, there are various subtopics within this pharmacovigilance method category. So what are those pharmacovigilance methods? So we can divide pharmacovigilance method in 5 types. We can say passive surveillance studies, stimulated reporting, then active surveillance, then further ad hoc studies, which is also known as comparative observational studies, then the further targeted clinical investigation. Okay, so these are the 5 major categories, and in each category there are further some sub studies. So the first one is, if you are looking on the passive surveillance, then there are some studies come under this category. So the first one is spontaneous reporting. Okay, then the second one is case series, and the third one is targeted spontaneous reports. Clear everyone? Then the second one is stimulated reporting, and the third one is active surveillance. Within active surveillance, the word itself suggests that here there is some kind of activity which is pushed. Okay, and in passive surveillance there is not much need of the pushing some kind of activity. Okay, so in active surveillance we have a sentinel sites, then registries, and then drug event monitoring. Drug event monitoring further divided into 2 categories: cohort event monitoring and medicine event monitoring. Then further we have a ad hoc studies, which is also known as a comparative observational study, and within this category we have a 3 category, and these 3 category are cross sectional studies, second one is case control studies, and the third one is cohort studies. Clear everyone? And the final is targeted clinical investigation. So this is all about on the types of pharmacovigilance method. Now in next lecture I will discuss about the passive surveillance studies. In next lecture we will discuss about the spontaneous reporting, case series, and targeted spontaneous reports. Clear everyone? So I hope you people are able to understand this lecture about the objective of pharmacovigilance method and types of pharmacovigilance method. Here I discuss some MCQ with you guys. So solve these MCQ, and if you think this lecture is useful, then share this lecture to your friends. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.